FaZe Clan going to be sticking around inside of the Apex Legends esports scene. They gave us a little bit of an update of what's going on. Yes, they're around, but we do got some sad news to report on it as well. Also, what's going to be happening upcoming as we approach the LAN event? Where are the scrims coming from? Who's doing what teams are being active in the scene? Of course, right here, up to date. Let's dive into it. Oversight Esports put out earlier today that they have an announcement. They are basically going to be running scrims, and of course, this is a weird one because Oversight generally has been the scrim place for all of these teams. Now they launched the Pro Series not long ago, and inside of the Pro Series, this was supposed to be a replacement. It's going to be more official. It's going to be thousands of dollars on the line, and of course, that was going to make this all different. This is not going to be just scrims anymore. Well, now that that's over, finals obviously has come to an end. We're looking to get to LAN event in just a couple of days from now. What's going to happen in the meantime? Well, they did put out, yes, it's over. Pro Series is done, but we're still going to be running scrims over the next 3 days for teams that are at boot camp. If you've not seen it already, we're already aware of many teams at boot camp. Oxygen Esports, we know of one as well. So many teams are already coming together. Furia also has been putting out a lot of pictures showing that they're at boot camp as well. All these teams are getting ready to basically all come together and get rid of the jet lag, get rid of all the nerves, I guess, of being in person, whatever the case, and whatever comes with that when it comes to competing. But since everything is being done on the fly, make sure you follow us there. So they are going to be hosting scrims, and basically it's going to be 11 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 4 p.m. All times listed there are going to be Pacific time, so these are the blocks that they're running. So of course, you can stay up to date with those that are streaming at their boot camp if they are. A lot of people aren't. Unfortunately, we are missing out on a lot of streams right now, but that's just the way that it is whenever these guys get there. Also wanted to make mention some big news going on inside of the world of FaZe Clan. Of course, we've been worried about this organization. What's going to happen? Legacy was a team that we thought they may go after, right? FaZe and Optic both missing out at the LAN event, so we're like, okay, well, maybe they're going to leave the scene. Maybe they're going to re-sign a new team. But not only that, Optic, well, you know, they still made it a pro league at least. FaZe, on the other hand, did not. They were going through a big time of struggle, and so FaZe was like not only gonna, you know, not coming back to the pro league. They started to release their roster, right? Zera and Panders got released. We're wondering what's going to happen with Snipe down. That team in general just basically got nuked. But FaZe Clan was a little bit of a worrisome idea here. So you do have FaZe coming out, and this was Banks. Obviously, Banks is the OG guy. Recently got back control of FaZe Clan, and he said, adapt Apex, Banks, Jev, Kaysen, Nick Merckx, Replays, Ronaldo, Rug, Scope, Swag, Temper, Your Rage, Zuma. That is the FaZe Clan roster, and that's it. Everyone else is out. So a lot of people inside of FaZe just got cut today. We saw Deeds saying also, I will be forever grateful for the opportunity to be a part of FaZe Clan. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I laugh because I just said a fart. Sorry, not trying to make light of the situation, but Gent is another guy to say was able to be, you know, nice to be able to rep the organization for my short time. Shout out to Nick Merckx for looking out for his boys, and thank you guys for the support regardless. Really sucks to see Deeds and Gent not a part of FaZe anymore. Of course, there was a lot of work that Nick put behind the scenes to make this happen for these guys, and you really wanted to see them stay. Obviously, I think they fit in well, but Banks has got different plans, and if you haven't seen this already, FaZe Clan, their actual organization came out to say, and FaZe Esports also to say, FaZe Clan is at the center of gaming, of sports, culture, and entertainment, contributing to how the next generation consumes content, plays, and shops. FaZe Clan's esports division includes the 12 competitive teams in Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Halo, Rainbow Six, R1, PUBG Mobile, and Apex Legends is still involved. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, FIFA Online, Fortnite, and Tekken. So it looks like Apex Legends is going to be sticking around for FaZe Clan. I'm glad to see this. We were worried, obviously, Optic Gaming, they had that partnership program. They seem to not care whatsoever. They're leaving Apex entirely. That's unfortunate. Complexity we discussed in yesterday's video. They're trying to get involved. It looks like they're getting shut down by EA, and so they're not really getting involved inside of that partnership program anymore. We were worried what might happen to FaZe, right? Do they take that Optic route and say, screw Apex, we're leaving, we're done? Doesn't seem to be the case, and I'm very happy, and hopefully we still go in that direction. Also wanted to make mention, this is a little bit of a side note. Of course, Imperial How has been involved with many sponsors, but hey, listen, not only did he join Red Bull Gaming, but the guy gave us some free feet pics down here, which I just thought was crazy. And you're not seeing that stuff come out for free very often. Also had to mention ALGS Matchpoint. Of course, did you guys look to play this LAN, look to watch this LAN? If you're new to Apex Esports, there is something different that you need to make note of, right? This is not a traditional battle royale. This is not just who has the most points at the end of the day, right? This is match point finals, right? So match point is something that is unique to Apex. It's actually what is it, trademarked or whatever. It's exclusive, right? They have the rights to it, this patent. So they have a patent for this, and so that's how exclusive it is to Apex. So you'll see in the group play matches, it's all about points. It's all about playing X amount of games, and at the end of those games, whoever is number one is number one. Whoever's top 10 is top 10. They're moving on, right? Unfortunately, that's not always the case, and actually, I would say fortunately, because it makes it so much more fun to watch when you have match points. So John Nelson, former Halo guy, by the way, also came out. He's the one who created this match point format, and here's why you will not be seeing, and here's what match point format actually is. But you're only going to be seeing the normal 6 to 8 games during the normal bracket rounds, but as we approach finals, of course, it will be a slightly different scenario. And if you haven't seen it already, here's what John Nelson had to say about how and why this was created. Roll the clip.
What inspired the match point format?
You'd have this reveal of who won that was just really not the get out of your seat and throw your arms up in the air sort of moment that you want the end of a competition to be. That was really the problem, I think, that trying to solve in how to make Battle Royale esports, and especially their finals, really exciting moment that you want at the end.
I think that was one of the greatest competitive tournaments I have ever seen in my life. You know, whoever won that fight was winning the LAN.
Yeah.
One of the greatest casting calls I've ever heard. And hell comes down from the heavens.
We've also got some better news, because if you remember a couple of months, maybe even honestly years ago at this point, there was a lot of backlash regarding the computers that were being provided at the LAN event itself. And honestly, they just weren't powerful enough. A lot of people were trying to push higher refresh rates, higher FPS, and I think they had provided some low-grade graphics cards, low-grade CPUs, and people were just not happy with the products that they were putting out on the main stage. And honestly, even the backup warm-up areas. Well, we did get a little bit of a clarification today from Shah. This is the partnership guy over at EA and Apex Legends, and he said shout out to Alienware, which, by the way, Alienware may be getting involved more into Apex recently. Obviously, Liquid got their roster changed on Battlefy as Liquid Alienware, so not sure what's going on there, but they hooked PCs up for LAN this year, and this is an i9 14900 KF and then an NVIDIA GeForce 4080, so much more of a step up than what we had been running on in years past. We obviously very happy about that. So that's actually crazy for a 60 computer event, and they're providing more than just 60. They're going 200 of them nearly, with a main stage, warm-up area, backups, and tons of production PCs as well, and more around the venue. So a lot of these pros are very happy with the production level, or just honestly the equipment level that has been stepped up this year, and excited that Alienware is able to do that as well. Also want to mention, just so we wrap the video up, a lot of people over on the competitive Apex Reddit thread are posting their predictions. This guy's favorite team is Crazy Raccoons, and of course, you guys know I've been rooting for APAC North for quite some time. Really want to see Fnatic do pretty strong, and Northeption, honestly, in the last couple of weeks have shown some good signs of presence as well. A lot of people, though, of course, TSM, Aurora's got a lot of people counting on them and riding on their card as well. DSG is one of those guys that really can show up in a good moment, and if they bring their best versions of themselves, they really may well win this event also. But a lot of people are saying, you know, they're going to end up on match point, but never closing it out, and probably going to finish fourth like they normally do. Unfortunate, and there's a lot of, you know, unfortunate stuff coming down here. Like, I'm excited to watch, except, oh wait, that's not happening, and it really sucks. You know, it's really nothing to make fun of. It, to, you know, to some degree, it's competitive. I get it, and I'm all for it as well. But it sucks to see Xset not there, man. It's like it's almost like, you know, to some degree, like watching a good rival not be there. It just kind of makes it, you know, like for instance, you see Sweet Dreams in that, you know, battle that they had with Imperial Hal for all this time, and then all of a sudden, Sweet's not in the conversation for a lot of the time. You know, it was all about Zero suddenly. It was all about Zero and Hal, and they're the best now. Sweet not being involved in that was a little bit of a gut wrencher. I'm glad to see him back. I'm glad to see LG doing solid, and really cannot wait to watch those guys as well. So make sure to comment down below your top 3 prediction when it comes to this ALGS Split 1 playoff. And honestly, if I had to pick mine, I know I've been changing it quite a bit. I still believe Furia will be in that top 3. I don't know if I still think they're going to win. I feel like I also can't count TSM out. I feel like I have to succumb, right? I have to just go down and say Dark Zero, TSM, and Furia. If I want to throw in a sleeper pick, I'm betting on Fnatic as well. So that's just where I'm at. Top 4. Let me throw in a top 4, please, so that I can at least put an APAC North team to show. I'm trying not to be North American biased, but it's just the simple facts. These guys are solid. Interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below about all the topics in today's video. Also, just a little bit of a side note, we are going to be doing daily recaps of the LAN events whenever it actually starts. So you'll keep seeing these 9 a.m. videos until LAN starts. Then we'll start doing recaps right after the event is over. So until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.